Right now, without changing anything, notice your shoulders. Are they way up under your ears? Are you clenching your jaw? Are you holding your breath just a little as you scroll through videos? The truth is, most of us are holding tension in our bodies all day long and we don't even know it's happening. We've become so disconnected from our bodies that tense has become our baseline. It's become our resting state. And so in the video today, I'm going to show you a 90-second exercise that is going to sound pretty counterintuitive because rather than asking you to relax, I'm going to ask you to do the opposite. I'm going to ask you to clench everything and then let it go. It may sound ridiculous, but there's a reason why it works. And so by the end of the video today, you're going to understand how and why your body holds on to stress in the form of tension. And you're going to have this exercise that you can use anywhere, anytime, whenever you need to let go of some of that tension. Unfortunately, in modern society, most of us have become disconnected from our bodies. Whether it's because we're burned out and running on fumes, or whether it's because we've been at war with our bodies through dieting and constantly criticizing our body, or even if it's just because you've been treating your body as a project that you need to fix rather than an ally that you need to move through this life, the starting point is always the same. We have to come back into relationship with our body and actually feel what's going on in our body before we can change anything and make our lives better. And tension is one of the most honest messengers that our body has. And because most of us are carrying tension all the time, it's an excellent place to start coming back to ourselves. And so here's what's actually happening when you're experiencing tension in your body. When you're stressed, whether that's from a deadline at work or a difficult conversation, or even just that low hum of all the responsibilities that are constantly weighing on our shoulders, your body doesn't know the difference between I'm actually in physical danger and I'm anxious about an email I have to send. It responds the same. It prepares your body for a fight or flight response because it's making an assumption that you're in physical danger. And this is a very physical experience for us. Your muscles begin to tighten, your jaw clenches, your shoulders creep up to your ears, you get a knot in your stomach, your heart rate goes up a little bit, maybe you start to sweat. And this is your body getting ready for a threat that most of the time never actually arrives. And so all of that tension in your body, well, it has nowhere to go. The problem is that when we are disconnected from our body, we don't feel that buildup of the tension happening. And so we don't notice that we've been clenching our jaw for 3 hours and we have a headache, right? We don't notice the tightness in our chest until our back really starts to hurt or until we've reached for something to numb it, like food or scrolling or overworking or whatever your particular exit is from stress. The tension that we held in our body was the first signal. We've just never really been taught to listen to it, and so it passes us by. It's kind of like the analogy of the frog in the boiling water, right? If you put a frog in a pot of boiling water, it's going to notice that immediately and jump out. But if you put a frog in a pot of cold water and then slowly turn up the heat, the frog doesn't notice the gradual temperature change and it eventually cooks to death. We are like that frog cooking to death in our own stress because we're not noticing this tension as it builds up. Okay, so here's the practice. It's a form of progressive tension release, and it's beautifully simple. You'll pick a part of your body, or even your whole body if that's easier, and you're going to clench it hard on purpose. You're going to hold that tension for about 20 to 30 seconds, and then all at once, you're going to let it go completely. You're just going to drop it like it's hot. Okay. And so you can do this in an area that you know that you're feeling physical tension, such as around your shoulders or your jaw, or you can clench your whole body. Either will work. And so, why am I asking you to clench before you relax? Well, it's because most of us have actually lost the ability to tell the difference between tense and relaxed. We have become so accustomed to be tense all the time that we don't even know what tense feels like. It just feels normal to us. And So, when we exaggerate the tension first, it gives your nervous system this clear contrast to feel. And so the release afterwards becomes much more noticeable, and you feel it so much more because you actually gave it something intentful to release from. So, the whole thing takes about 90 seconds, and we'll do it together right now. So you can do this anywhere. You can do this in a seated position. You can do it standing up. You can even lie down and do it on the floor if you're somewhere where you can do that. Doesn't matter. But before we get started, take one slow breath in and let it out. Now bring your attention to your shoulders. And on your next inhale, scrunch them up towards your ears as hard as you can. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Keep holding. Just feel how much effort it actually takes to hold. Hold just a few more seconds and then release. Drop them completely. And just notice the difference here. All right, let's try that one more time. Inhale, bring your shoulders up to your ears. Hold, clench, 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 clench. Tight as you can. Tight, tight, tight. Hold, hold. And release as quick as you can. And once again, notice how that feels. Right? And let's try that with our hands. Make two fists, squeeze as hard as you can. Squeeze, 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 like you're trying to crush something in your palm. Hold it, hold the tightness, tight as you can, and let go. Just let your fingers soft and open. And now let's try your face. Now, this can be a big one for a lot of us. So scrunch your whole face, clench your jaw, first your lips, hold everything, clench, clench, clench. Hold it and release. Just let your face go completely slack. Let your jaw open a little bit. Last one. We'll do your whole body if you can. Tense your legs, your stomach, your back, your arms, your jaw, your shoulders, everything all at once. Clench, clench, clench. Keep holding. This is the hardest one. You got it. Tense, clench, hold it. And release all at once. Just let it drop. Let gravity take you down. Good. Take a breath in through your nose and a long exhale out through your mouth. And take a moment to notice your body right now. And notice what's different from when we started this exercise. You may have noticed as you did this that it was actually hard to just let it go and let it relax. And that's because we become so accustomed to tension that that's what feels normal. And it's the relaxation that feels so challenging and uncomfortable for us. But practicing this on a regular basis can reacquaint your body with this feeling of relaxation. And so the gap that you just felt during the exercise between clenching and releasing, that's the same gap that actually exists in your body all day long. It's just normally invisible to us because we're walking around somewhere in that zone of tension without realizing there's another option available to us. And so, again, doing this exercise isn't about achieving permanent relaxation. This isn't a magical nervous system reset. It's not the goal here. The goal is building the skill of noticing, of starting to understand the difference between feeling tense and feeling relaxed. And eventually you'll be able to catch the tension earlier, recognizing it as a signal rather than ignoring it until it turns into a full-on headache or a flare-up of anxiety or just an urge to numb out in some way. And so if you're trying to heal your relationship with your body, this is a small and repeatable way to practice trust. It's easy to do. doesn't take a long time. And as we do this exercise, you're not trying to control your body or fix it. You're just learning how to listen to it, how to work with it, and how to give it a chance to allow it to do what it is just meant to do, which is to release and be relaxed. And so, if you're in a season of burnout or you're still at war with your body, this is a 90-second reminder that rest doesn't have to just be a long vacation or a weekend off. It can be 90 seconds available to you anywhere, right where you are, in your chair, in your car, at work, in all the places. And you truly can do this anywhere. You can do this at your desk in between meetings. You can do this in your car before you go into some sort of stressful event. You can even do it lying in bed at night when your mind just won't stop to let you sleep. You don't need 90 minutes of self care if you don't have the time for that right now. You need 90 seconds and then a willingness to just pay attention to your body for that long. That's all. So I'd love for you to go out into your life and practice this. Practice it today while it's fresh in your mind. And you don't have to do the whole thing. Pick one area where you're feeling tension, tense up, hold it, relax, let it go. Notice how you feel. That's all you need to do. And see if you can notice when tension is starting to creep into your body. If you have a desk job like I do right now, you might notice, the shoulders start to tense up. If you notice that, take a moment to exaggerate that tension and then let it go. It can be a really powerful exercise. So go out, give it a practice, and then tell us in the comments where you tend to notice your tension hides the most. You might be surprised by where you're actually holding it. Thank you for slowing down with me today. I'll see you in the next video. And remember, you can always join me in Enough Already for more real-time practices to bring you back into relationship with your body.